Hello YouTube, it's your friend Dave Fett again. Um, this is gonna be another unscripted video, cause again, this is one I was just out of the blue, just grabbed a fucking knife and was just like, hey, let's do a video. Um, this is one of my all-time favorites. So a lot of the reviews I'm gonna do are knives I love, cause that's all I have anymore. I kind of went through my collection a couple months ago and threw out like all, well, I didn't throw out, I set aside all these knives I didn't like because I can't, uh, like even if I don't like a knife, I can't just throw out a good piece of steel and, I feel like that's so wasteful when I can, re-gift or gift them. So even if it's one I'm not a big fan of, I usually re-gift. But yeah, so like I said, I recently went through my collection and all the things I don't like or that I notice that I don't carry because for whatever reason I'm just not a big fan of it. I just purged my collection. But this is one I've had for a couple years, and I notice this company is hated more than loved. And I get that. Like, I've owned a couple of these when my early knife years, and a lot of them are shit. Just fucking terrible. Like the softest steel in the world that just, you know, just rubs away like butter. Just like running my finger across the edge will destroy the edge. But this one I just love. Like I said, I don't know if like every now and then like the knife gods just grace me with an amazing knife from shit companies, or if I get just graced with good stuff from terrible companies. But I have some really good knives from supposedly shit companies that I just absolutely love. And this is one. It's weird, right? With my last couple videos when I'm showing stuff from between 30, 40, $50, and I'm like, they're almost amazing, right? Like I always have like little critiques. Like this knife I can't critique. Like there are things that's wrong with this knife that are wrong with other knives, but this one in all reality is a $15 knife, and you kind of expect certain things to be shit with this knife. But the utility of it, like the actual use I get out of this knife, that's what I fucking love about this thing. And again, just like the San Renmu, at $12, shipping shipping and handling included, I just can't kill this knife. Like, not that I purposely try to, but I use it for shit that a knife you shouldn't do to a knife anyway. Again, because it's disposable, right? It's $12. Like if you're out, you're just like meh, right? It's and that's what I love about it is this thing takes the abuse, it takes the beating. So this thing is insanely light. It's a little on the small side. It's really thin. Lightweight, again, I don't have a scale. That's an eventually deal. But yeah, so you get these aluminum scales. Everything's nicely drilled out. Tip down, again, I forgive on this knife for what I use this for. Again, this is another EDC one. Like, I'm not out using this as a tactical knife. I'm not carrying this for protection. I just carry this for work as a box cutter. If you notice this right here, this again was just due to my dumbass shit and the thumb studs fell off. But with the flipper, I never really used the thumb studs anyway. Like, they were always just kind of fucking there. I never touched them. So when they fell out, I was like, no big loss. So again, one of the things I was talking about, knife, or the blade, the tang touches the frame. It used to be really nicely centered, but the last time I took this thing apart to clean it, I think I installed the, if you could see in there, this little bar in this holes, that's the spring for the spring assist. And I think I put that together incorrectly. Either that or I put the standalones in the wrong place. Or I don't know what the fuck I did. Yeah, like I said, when I took it apart to clean it and I put it back together, this is how it turned out. But again, at $12, I was like, meh, I don't care. It's my beater knife. Like, I literally just carry this thing when I'm just like, well, I carry for one, because I love it. Again, the utility I get out of this thing is amazing. The blade is a little on the softer side, but it's a full flat grind. Well, not a full, like a half flat grind. And I don't know if it picks it up well, but I use this thing a lot, especially as a box cutter. Also gnar up. And what I was going to say with the gnarring up was this blade hasn't chipped out. Because I use this thing, again, at work. I get totes that are zip tied together, and I wedge this thing in there and pry off zip ties, and the blade hasn't chipped out. But this thing has a really shallow relief edge. That's really nice. Really easy to sharpen. It holds the edge decently well. Okay, so that there, yeah, it's tack force. Speedster tack force. Come on, there you go. And the model on it is tf803. 440 stainless. We don't know if it's 440C or 440A. I didn't care enough to look into it. Again, because like the price of the knife, I was like, I don't give a fuck. So you get a little bit of a swedge in the back here. The assist on it is really strong, which I like, but it's such a lightweight blade that would, that helps for it to fly out of there. Tip down design, flipper. You got a little bit of a stop bar back there. Standalones. Again, this is one of my beater knives. I've used the shit out of it. When I'm at work and someone's like, hey, you got a knife I could borrow? I hand them this one, because again, if I never see it again, I'll fucking order like 3 of them. Because that's how much I love this knife. So it's a knockoff of the CRKT M16 in a spear point or a toothpick. And I always wanted an M16, but in all reality, the utility I get out of this knife, the amazingness, no, I'm just fucking making up words, but the usefulness I get out of this thing, I don't know if I would pay that much for a CRKT M16 or a Gerber, whatever the fuck they call theirs, when I can get this guy for $13 and have something that's just as light, has about the same looks and about the same utility. Like I said, I've used this thing as a pry bar. Also helps with the centering issue. Like, it's thin enough that I can just get this thing in between almost anything and wedge open paint cans, stuck drawers, whatever the fuck you need, right? And not a lot bad I could say about this knife, especially for its price point. I mean, I really could, yeah, like I said, I could be like, they should have tip up fucking carry, and the blade centering should be amazing, immaculate, right? But Come on, you're paying $10 for a Chinese knife. You know, the fuck did you think you were getting? But corks aside, for the utility you get out of this thing, for the durability you get out of this thing, I can't really say enough good things. That kind of overwhelm the bad things. Because, like I said, at $10 you'll get these inconsistencies, you'll get these terrible things. And I'm not gonna lie, if you get one, you may get one with a bad heat treat with a blade that's softer than butter. You'll probably get one with the blade touching the frame that if you torque down, the spring assist won't work. You'll probably get one with dings in the finishes, but again, $10 knife. But in utility and usefulness, this thing has blown away all my expectations. Because when I ordered it, I was expecting a piece of shit. And I didn't get an amazing knife, but I got a decent one, and I got one that worked. And that's all I can ask for. So, yeah, if you want one, shit, you can find them just about anywhere that sells tack force, right? eBay, Bud K, Amazon, they're all over the fucking internet. If you look for tack force, you'll be able to find this guy easily. But, yeah, if you want a cheap knife that'll work day in, day out, any situation, cutting boxes, using as a pry bar, just outlandish shit, and you don't want to destroy a really nice knife, this might be a good way to go. Yeah, and that's my take on this knife. I hope you have an amazing evening, a good morning, and a great week. This is Dave Beaufet signing off.